Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Jacobson here, and we are going to work on drawing insects today. We are going to learn how to draw realistic bugs, so we want to observe or look closely at real insects or photographs of insects. You'll need a plain piece of paper, a pencil, and some crayons for this project. Remember, you can pause the video at any point, and then you can press start again when you're ready. Let's start by drawing a jar that we're going to keep the bugs in. Let's start by drawing the lid. Start with 2 lines going straight down and short. Then connect the 2 lines with a curved line, slightly curved like a rainbow. Now connect the bottom 2 lines using a slightly curved line like a smiley face. Then do another slight smiley face shaped line on the top. Next, add some straight vertical lines going all the way across the side of the jar. Finally, we'll add some circles to the top to make it look like we poked a few holes so our bugs can breathe. Now let's draw the rest of the glass jar. Make 2 curved lines going out towards the side of the paper. Connect them using a straight vertical line going down, curve it across the bottom like a smiley face or a U, and connect it straight up to the other side. Looking great, everybody! Remember, your jar does not have to be exactly like mine. Now let's fill it with some different things that you might find inside of a bug jar. What sort of things do bugs like? I added a bumpy line across the bottom to make it look like dirt at the bottom, a few round oval rocks, and a few straight spiky lines to make it look like there's some grass at the bottom as well. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Everyone's is going to turn out different and unique in their own way. Now let's add a big stick. I drew a curvy, bumpy line from the bottom of the jar up to the side. You can even draw another branch going off to the other side. I wanted my branches to touch both sides of the jar and the bottom. Now I'm adding some texture to make it look like a real stick. Some circular knots and some wavy lines throughout to make it look like real bark. That is showing texture. Now let's observe some real bugs. This one is a caterpillar. Can you find a pattern in the colors? Now I'm going to add a caterpillar to one of my branches. The easiest way to make a realistic caterpillar is to use ovals or circles connected for the different body parts. I noticed that real caterpillars also have these 2 antennae above their eyes, so I added those in as well. Now let's study a real ladybug. What shapes do you see on this ladybug's back? I added a ladybug in by doing a semicircle for the body, a semicircle for the head, and then I added 6 legs off the bottom and some circles on its back. You don't have to add the same insects that I drew. You can draw your favorite insects. Now we will observe a dragonfly. How many body parts do you see, and what shape are they? What shape are the wings? How many are there? Now let's compare that to a butterfly. How are the butterfly's wings different? I used a long oval for the dragonfly body, a circle for the head and eyes, and I added 4 wings, each in the shape of long ovals. I also added these veins that I noticed on the wings, sort of like the veins of a leaf, using a line down the middle with a V shape. Finally, I added some lines for texture on his back. Look at this close-up photograph of a honeybee. I noticed the same veins in his wings, a fuzzy body, and 6 legs. When I drew my honeybee, I did an oval body with a circle head, some antenna, 2 wings, a stinger, and stripes on his back. Notice the spiral shape on this snail's back. How many antennae do you see this snail have? I drew a spiral shape for my snail, 2 antennae off the top of its head. What shapes do you notice inside of this spider web? I wanted to add a spider web, so I started with a small circle, drew straight lines starting at the circle going out towards the edges of the jar. You can go in any direction, you can even go all the way around. Next, I added some straight lines connecting them. This made it look like a hexagon because it had 6 sides. But spiders can make their webs in many different designs, so you can make yours in any design or shape that you want. And if you don't like spiders, you don't have to add one to your drawing. Next, I wanted to add a tiny spider to the web, so I did an oval for the body, a circle for the head, and then 8 legs, 4 on each side. Finally, you may want to add some more foliage, leaves, grass, any other details that you want. You could even add in a flower, like I did, or other favorite insects that you have. Next, let's add some color. I used crayons, but you can use your favorite coloring materials. Whenever you're coloring something in, you always want to use more than one color. One color would make it look flat. Using more than one color, so now I'm adding in a darker brown, will make it look more realistic. So I used a mix of 2 browns for the soil and a mix of 2 browns on the sticks. Now use a black or another dark color to outline the edges of your jar and some of the important lines that you want to stand out. Making these lines darker will draw your eye to them more. Now let's choose some realistic colors for the bugs. The ladybug is red with black spots and a black head, and the bee is yellow with black stripes. I used a mix of yellow-green and dark green for the leaves and grass, and black for the spider. I colored a pattern like I saw in the real caterpillar. Green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow. Then I also added in stripes of black between each color. I chose brown and orange for the snail and light blue for the body and blue-violet for the dragonfly's wings. When I was finished, I chose to cut my bug jar out, but you don't have to cut it out. You can leave it on the white paper as well. When you are cutting, make sure that your thumb goes in the top hole, the smaller one, and your fingers go in the bigger hole on the bottom. This would make sure that you are cutting in the proper way. And here is my finished bug jar. I can't wait to see what insects you chose to put inside of your bug jar. You can even choose to glue it onto a colored background, hang it up in your house, or even post a picture of it to Seesaw. I hope that you had fun making your bug jars today. I can't wait to see how each one is different and unique. Thanks for joining me. Bye.